Ladies and gents, I got some news from the creator economy space today. We're going to be talking about a couple of different things that have been going on. Actually, a few, because I've learned that a couple means two and a few means more than two. So I got a few stories that I'm going to be talking to you about today, progressively getting better as we go. The first thing that I want to talk to you guys about is this whole Sketch thing. I don't know if you guys have seen this. Sketch, who is an online Twitch streamer, was outed a couple weeks ago for releasing adult content prior to his time as an explosive Twitch streamer. If you guys haven't seen this guy, he's the one who was responsible for the "What's up, brother?"
What's up, brother?
I don't know if you guys have seen that trend going around on TikTok or on social media anywhere, but it was the "What's up, brother?" Special games, special days, special Tuesdays. You know the whole thing. Leave it in the comments below if you know the actual quote. I'm just paraphrasing here. He rose to fame over the last year, and he has been featured in virtually every Twitch streamer's account. You've probably seen this stuff on X or all over social media. Twitch is like a different world, you guys. It's crazy over there. The Twitchies get a little bit twitchy. I saw a guy get slapped in a gym for taking another guy's hat off. This is all streamed live. Like, it's wild. Twitch streamers are something else. This guy rose to fame because of his kind of quirky personality. A lot of people fell in love with him. So his real name is not Sketch. It's actually Kylie Cox. And a couple weeks ago, Cox was outed. I would have to be careful how I say this, because there's a lot of puns and innuendo I could get into, and I'm trying my hardest not to. A couple weeks ago, he was outed by a guy named Pocketbook, who posted screenshots from Cox's OF videos in a 17-minute video titled "The Real Sketch: The Untold Story of Jamie Marr." So essentially what this guy Pocketbook did was he shared some clips and screenshots of this guy Sketch engaging in sexual activity with other men. And it kind of went viral. It blew up. In all honesty, I joke about it, but there's actually some really kind of sad and disturbing things that kind of came as a result from it. Number one, Sketch was so distraught about him being outed, about these videos leaking and things getting out, that he almost went and unalived himself. And he was saved by other members of the community, which is great. I'm glad that people were able to support him. Listen, folks, what you do behind closed doors, that's your stuff. When you post it online, though, and you put it behind a paywall, anybody who pays for that is going to see it and have access to it and can out you. This is something that you did for financial return that is then going to potentially ruin your life. So you have to be careful about the decisions that you make on what you post online. The underlying point that I want to make with this, you guys, is that when you create content, anything you say can be used against you at some point.
Anything you say can be held against you.
I didn't want to say that because it sounded too policey, but you need to be extremely careful what you post online. And for all of you guys who have kids like me, my oldest is 18, I talk to them all the time about what they post online, about what they share in their DMs, about what kind of memberships that they're subscribing to. I know this guy in the family vlogging space. His name is Sam Rader. He runs a channel called Sam and Nia. He's a buddy of mine. He's been a buddy of mine for a long time. Well, a number of years ago, and the reason I can talk about this is because they just released a documentary about it. Everything is in the open. A number of years ago, Sam subscribed to a website for cheaters. He subscribed to a website called Ashley Madsen, where adult men go to have an affair. After a number of years of being on this website, he had actually even canceled his membership on this website. A hacker came in and dumped all of the data to the public, and his name appeared in a data dump. He thought that he was secure. The website even said, "You're secure. All of your information is under lock and key." Even had protocol. If you watch the documentary, I think it's called Ashley Madsen or something like that. Anyway, it's on Netflix. You can take a look at it if you want to. I don't really recommend it. I watched it simply because my buddy was on it. Now, I believe in the power of redemption, so I don't hold this against Sam. But it goes to show that anytime you're online, you leave a digital footprint. You need to be extraordinarily careful with where you go, what you look at, what you subscribe to, what you do, what you post. When I was a kid, we had flip phones in 2002 when I was a senior in high school. I had a Nokia brick phone. I could only play Snake on. I couldn't do anything else. And then we got flip phones. And then eventually in 2007, 2008, I finally got a phone that had a decent camera on it. And so I started taking pictures. I never thought to take scandalous pictures of myself or people around me. And so I never did that. Now it's like common practice. I had a Gen Z employee who was working for me a couple years ago, and he's like, it's pretty common practice to like send sexy text messages to people with images. Bro, brah, chicas. If that stuff gets out, it can be career ending. It can be life ruining. Now, the one thing that I think that Sketch did extraordinarily well was address this openly with the public. He didn't try to hide it. He didn't try to sweep it under the rug. He came out in his lovable and endearing way and had fun with his announcement. I think that if any of you ever get caught up in anything that could be career ending, go and watch the way that Sketch handled this, because it's a masterclass in how you should approach apologies. All right, folks, in other news, somebody sent me this screenshot from India showing an advertisement that Colin and Samir are pushing their YouTube videos to the Indian market. All right, so when this video came out initially on their channel, it kind of bombed. I actually came and watched this video a couple weeks ago. I remember seeing this one, and it had under 100,000 views at the time. According to the 1of10.com plugin, this is a 0.4x multiplier, meaning it's in the bottom 50% of their videos over the course of the last 30 days. I believe that's how they look at it. So it didn't do very well. So my first thought when this was sent to me was that Colin and Samir are attempting to buy cheap views in order to keep their videos all over 100,000 views for optics. In my opinion, they're thinking they need to keep that social clout looking good in order for their potential sponsors and brands. That said, you can buy views in India for very cheap rate. Is this a good strategy for growing your YouTube channel? Absolutely not. If you're targeting an American-based audience, my instinct has always said, do not buy views or run ads in other countries that speak many languages, because you're going to segment your audience and you're going to be building multiple audience, and the algorithm will be confused on who to promote your content to moving forward. So is this a good strategy for Colin and Samir? Maybe yes, maybe no. The reason that I would say no is because, again, this will segment your audience, and also it just feels a little bit like you're faking your growth, like you're faking your numbers in order to keep up appearances. In my opinion, it's better for you to just make better content, to experiment with your titles, experiment with your thumbnails, and find something that's actually intriguing to your core audience. Now let's look at what their change gallery. I mean, you can tell here that they changed this a lot. Here is A/B test 1, A/B test 2, 2 to 3, and then we've got 3 thumbnails coming out. Okay, oh, that was a title change with that one. Why this guy is next to Ryan. Why this guy is the next Ryan Trahan. Why Preston Goes is the next Ryan Trahan. Like, didn't really matter. Okay, here's the A/B test 2. Now we've got 3 different thumbnail styles. Title change 2. Why Preston Goes is the next Ryan Trahan. The unknown YouTuber should be watching. And they just keep going more and more, deeper and deeper. They eventually land on this, the unknown YouTuber you should be watching, Preston Goes. And it didn't seem to really make that much of a difference. That's why I think that they started running ads to this video. How do you guys feel knowing Colin and Samir ran this video as an ad in India to get more views to the video? I want to hear from you guys. Leave it in the comments below. Again, I don't advise this for any YouTuber. And if you're starting YouTuber thinking like this is going to help blow you up, you are sorely mistaken. You need to let the algorithm do its thing, pull in a bunch of viewership for you organically, so that way YouTube can build a lookalike audience. They can go out and find more of your core audience that will be a good fit for your channel, as opposed to you thinking you know what's best, running up a whole bunch of ad spend in India, pulling in 50,000 subscribers, and then destroying your analytics on the back end, because now your videos are shown in India to an audience that really doesn't care about you at all. They just subscribed because they were served an ad. My thought is, especially if you're a beginning YouTuber, don't ever do this. And if you're a bigger YouTuber just looking to beef up views for your optics so that way it looks better for brand deals, I think there are better ways to grow your brand. I think there are better things you can do for your brand. Today, you guys, I think the theme of this entire video is do's and don'ts for your brand. And so moving on to the third and most impactful part of this video, folks, I got a video that Hermosi did that I want to watch with you guys, just simply because I have feelings about it, but I want to get your take on it as well. So check this video out. This is a minute long. It's on TikTok. Let's go ahead and dive in. Put on my Princess Leia earmuffs here. Let's do it.
Are you among the richest people of the friends you have?
By far.
All the friends that I have do over $300, $400 million a year, minimum.
Yeah.
Like, we're at 250. The 5 people I compare myself to are way richer than me. And every day I am so deprived of money. I can barely
Okay, I'm gonna just start and stop here for a second. So we all know that Hormozi's brand is built around wealth creation, right? The beginning of this video feels a lot like, I don't want to like knock a guy for wanting to be successful, but it feels a lot like insecure posturing. I hang out with people who are making 300, 500 million, and I feel like I'm barely getting by at 200 million. That's one thing. Again, don't want to beat them up too hard because this is capitalism. I enjoy capitalism. I think anybody should be able to make as much as they want to make. I'm just saying, from the standpoint of reviewing a piece of content, I feel like this video actually is positioning Hormozi in a way that I don't know if it's really great for his brand. So let's keep watching.
Barely buy the companies that I want to buy because they're 100, 250, and I'm like, and I could buy like one a year.
Right.
My deprivation for money is huge. Solving personal needs is like restaurants, private jets, hotels, like who cares? Anybody can live that lifestyle on $5 million a year.
Again, like financial posturing, insecure posturing. I feel like he's kind of talking to this guy. Hey, are you the richest person in your friend circle? Awesome, cool, yes. I am making $250 million or $200 million a year, and I'm deprived. Like, ugh, it just gives me a bad taste in my mouth. And again, I like the guy. I like most of the content that he produces. This one just feels gross.
But after that, there's this massive gap where your life doesn't change. You have to be purpose driven. You have to be pulled by the mission. But like, honestly, I know a ton of dudes who I've never even heard them talk about their mission, and they make a lot of money.
Okay, so that whole thing, like purpose driven, pulled by the mission, right? And then he's just kind of like, purpose driven, pulled by the mission. I know a ton of dudes who just make a ton of money. And the whole point in all of this is that this makes me feel like he's not pulled by a mission other than money. Again, if that's his mission, just to make a whole ton of money, cool, good for you. Like, own that. But I also know that Hormozi has been outwardly declarative of his mission of wanting to educate entrepreneurs and business people. Is that the truth? Because this makes me feel like you're kind of mocking that mentality. I don't know. It could just be the way that the video is cut.
They just want to make more money. If you want to win on the business side, you got to have something. Either some mission that you want to make real. For Layla and I, it's who we want to become. I want to become the person who does $1 billion a year in sales.
Okay, there you go. Declarative. I want to be the guy who is a billionaire, who does $1 billion in sales.
I want to get Layla on Forbes in the next 18 months. That's all I'm trying to do. The guys list is a little harder. I got to be at 4 billion.
I want to get Layla on the Forbes list. I want to get on the Forbes list. It's for the guys, it's a little bit harder. You got to be at 4 billion. This is a guy who, for all intents and purposes, the appearance is, I only care about money. That's what this video says to me as a viewer. And I'm not talking about anything else. Just when I watch this video, that's how it makes me feel. And again, if that's the case, own it. But it seems like there are sometimes some mixed signals in what Hormozi promotes and what he talks about. And again, I've heard the mission before of, I want to create a whole bunch of multimillionaires so I can invest in your companies and help you grow and scale. I guess they kind of go hand in hand. I don't know. Just something about this video that gave me a bad taste in my mouth. But I want to hear from you guys. What did you think about as you were watching this video? Leave it in the comments below. Also, I want to hear from you. What did you think about this kind of rapid fire approach to creator economy news and hot takes? If you guys like this, let me know. I want to do more of these types of content because I get a lot of hot takes on a lot of individual topics, and sometimes I can't like smash them into different videos, and it's not enough to make an entire video about. So this was actually really fun for me to do, where I could just like hit on a number of topics, talk about a number of things. All right, you guys, in my last video, I predicted when the fall of short form content is going to happen and what's going to cause it. Check out that video right here. Catch you on the next one later. Bye.